guys, we are here with my design team project for Daisy Collins over at Tsunami Rose Designs, and this is my February/March design team project. I say that because I started it last month and it will carry on towards the end of this month. I knew it was going to be a fairly big project because I've never done this sort of thing before. I am doing well, there's actually going to be more than one part to this. But the main part of this design team project is this, which is going to be a ring bound journal, and I've never done one before. Ring bound as in using the big rings, not in an actual folder. Sorry guys, just get the lid off that box. All my stuff is mixed up in here. They are hitch posts. Yeah, so I'm going to be using these rings. I actually have to use these big ones because it's the only size I've got that'll fit. The next size down from these big ones that I have is that, which is far too small. And yeah, the next size down from that is that one, which is even way small. Yeah, I kind of don't have and in between those two, which I probably could have done with. But yeah, so I will be using the large ones, which is fine. I was a little bit undecided on how to do this. I thought maybe just, you know, one at the top, one at the bottom sort of thing. But, you know, like so, one there and one there. I didn't want to come too far in because I don't want this top and bottom edge to get knocked around and torn. So I thought, you know, maybe one there, but then I thought, I really want something in the middle to give it extra strength. So it's going to be more of a find the centre and put that one in and then come down an inch from the top and bottom. A bit like we would if we were doing a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, basically. Then I have some corners, book corners. This is going to be my first front page, so I'm going to put book corners on each one. I will only do it for the front and back page though. I'm not overly fussed about the ones in between, but I just want these front and back pages to be a bit more secure. Now I do have these two options. I have a kind of like antique bronze and then a bright silver. The bronze doesn't look right, which is a shame because I love these ones. Yeah, that one kind of doesn't look right, but the silver one is neutral, so that one will be the one that gets used, and I quite like it anyway. Before we do all that though, these pages now need inking. Excuse me, these pages now need inking. Now I know, pardon me, I will take it out the basket. This is my project basket. Sorry, before I get to the inking bit, there are 4 pages technically missing out of this kit because they are here. Now I have this page and this page, which has my name on it. It's almost like Daisy knew I was going to use this kit, even though she'd done this kit yonks ago. But yeah, so I have these 2 pages, which I was going to do the same as the others and put them back to back with the book page in between, just to give them a little bit more heft, no other reason. But like rather than printing on thicker paper, I've printed on normal copy paper, 80 GSM print paper, and then put some book page in between and backed them, both sides. But like I said, that's no problem. That's going to be this, like the reverse side, that'll be sandwiched in the middle. But then what were I going to say? Oh yeah, this one I'm actually going to cut the inside of that oval out and put some acetate on the back. Sew around, glue it together like I did with the others, sew around it, or glue around the edges. Sew around it and leave it open, either at the top or the side, so you can put a journaling card in and out and see through the acetate window. But to do that I need to back this page onto something, and I'm not sure what to do with it. I'm not sure whether to back it on some book page, like some more book page, and have that coming through, or maybe reprint one of the other pages and do that, so that when that's cut out you get that page, but then you can see a different page through. Not quite sure. This again is, so that's another 2 pages there. This again is the same thing, another 2 pages from the kit, and I'm going to do the same. That will be on the reverse. This, I'm going to lose a lot of the design, but I'm just going to cut along the inside edge of this window frame, photo frame should I say. Yeah, I'll lose the top half of the butterfly and some of the flowers, but you know, I'm not really fussed. And yeah, like I said, you'll be able to then see through to the reverse side of that, which again, as I said, I'm not sure whether to print something on the back or maybe stencil a design. Or maybe back it on some book page. I really don't know, so I haven't done anything with those pages just yet. But as this is going to be a ring bound journal, the pages will be able. I can't. Yeah, that doesn't make sense in my head. The pages will be removable. That's what I mean. Spit it out, woman. The pages will be removable. Yeah, so you know, you just fold them over to where you want to be, and then you unhook the ring as though you would do in a folder, file folder, and then you take the page out or put one in. So I can add them anytime. I'll focus on them later. Then I have this beautiful material scrappy trim that I made with some scraps. That may, well, it will feature somewhere in that journal, obviously in different sections because it's too big to go in it as one. Then I found these in my stash, which are just wallpaper. Some bits are backed onto cards because I thought, oh, they'd do as pockets. These I thought would do as journaling cards. I may or may not add these as well. There's some more there as pockets. Yeah, so I may or may not add those. And then I have lots of other bits printed out from Daisy as well, but that's going to be for the second part of the project. Yeah, so we'll get to them at another time. So we'll pop the project basket, I'll put them back in there as well. So we'll pop the project basket over there. This vellum is doing my head in. Not vellum, this is actually tracing paper. I've just got it stuck to my mat because it stops some of the glare from the glass, especially today because, not right now, typical, now I'm filming, but the sun's been shining all day really bright, and when it glares on the, when it shines on the mat and glares back up, I end up with a migraine. So anyway, like I was saying, this is the kit that I am using. I am using Daisy's New Beginnings kit, and it is a big kit, a very, very big kit. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, because there's 4 pages in there. This is a 34 page kit, guys. 34 pages. The reason I counted 1 as 2 is because I've printed 1 page, you know, back and front. So that's 1 page. That's the second page. That's another page. That's another page. You know, all I did with this kit was printed 2 to a page because I knew I wanted to put them front and back as 1. But yes, so there you go. We'll just quickly flick through for anybody who hasn't been watching and following along. This is the beautiful kit. So like I said, that's 1 page, that's another, and so on. But yeah, it's going, I mean, gorgeous again. If you weren't bothered about losing that, you could cut around the inside of that and add some vellum. Now, because I've sandwiched book page between these pages, that page and that page, I put some book page between it. This one here, you can actually very vaguely see the writing from the book page coming through, which is cool. You can't read what it says, but it's faint enough to be able to use as lines for you writing on, like as guide. for you to write on. You actually can see the writing. If you tilt it, you probably can't see it. But I'm looking at it from the window angle coming in at me, and you actually can read the book page through it. There shouldn't be any bad words in that, because this is from the the pages that I use, the book pages I use to sandwich is from Sense and Sensibility, so fingers crossed. But by the time you've written over the top of it, you won't notice that anyway. But like I said, that's really useful, that to use as just a little guide for writing on if you're not very good at writing in a straight line, like me. I can't write in a straight line for toffee. I can't sew in a straight line for toffee either. But yeah, so there we go. And I have, like I said, done that for every page just to give it some nice weight. I printed on normal 80 GSM print paper, copy paper, front and back. And then, like I said, I then just cut it out, as you've seen in previous videos, or if not, check out the design team playlist. Yeah, I cut them out and glued a book page between them, and then cut them out again and sewed round them. And got this. But yeah, so these are basically, although you can write on some of them, and if you had a dark enough pen, you could more than easily write over that, the main pages. Or you could just print, you know, stick some paper in between the sewing or something if you wanted to. But these for me are more just decorative pages for the journal. But yeah, so there we go. And that's going to be my back page. I was a bit torn whether to have it that way or that way, but I'm going to use it that way. And like I said, the other two when I've finished, well, there's 4, but there'll be 2 when I've finished because they'll be back to back like this. I'll just pop in anywhere in between when I'm ready. Now, the next step of this for me would be to ink everything, as I've just mentioned. But because that's going to take me a long time, because there are so many pages, I'm going to skip that step for you guys. So I will just actually put my ink pad, not my ink pads, my ink dabbers to one side. I've already done 1 page just to show you what it looks like. I tried to do it with the, I'll faff with that later. I tried to do it with the Dusty Concord and or the Picked Raspberry. The Picked Raspberry did not look right, and the Dusty Concord was a bit, I like it but I don't. So I used black soot. This is black soot. Now, before I do not ink everything, I just want to have a quick test and see what the hickory smoke one looks like, because I like the black soot, but it turned out a little bit darker than I was expecting. Oops. So I just want to go around this one with the hickory smoke, which is more grey than black, and see what that one turns out like. Oh, straight away, yeah, I'm loving that one more. So it's not quite, yes, it's giving the edging, but it's not as wow in your face. Look at me. That's the front cover though, so you know, I'm not bothered about that being whoa, look at me, because it is the front cover, or it's going to be the front cover. So yeah, I'm happy that that is screaming attention because it's the front cover. That, yes, I'm loving that more. You're still getting the edging to make it stand out, but it's not really in your face. So yeah, loving it. Right, I will not do any more inking because I know some of you guys really don't like it. Personally, I don't mind, but I'm not going to sit here for hours doing this anyway. What I am going to do though now is sit here for hours with you guys and do the signature, because that's way more fun. And you know, and I can do all the inking and everything else in just any time really. I could even do it at night time, do it anyway, anytime, night or day. And that's a video where I can just speed it up, you know, or a video where I'm doing nothing but inking, speed it up and add some music. You don't need to see me or hear me doing that, so like in real time. So yeah, I can do that anytime. But for the time being, for you guys, because I'm kind of in a chatty mood, I am home alone. Taylor's back at school and the third man's out. He's helping his brother move some furniture. Yeah, so let's see. I have a whole heap, and I mean a whole heap of stuff here to the side, well, to the back of me, that I may or may not want to incorporate into this journal. So I have some guest checks, which is perfect. Once I've torn it off, it's actually the perfect size. So, and I have some pink ones, guys. I'm pretty much looking and thinking blue's not going to cut it because it's the wrong colour, so we'll put that one to one side. Well, that's my stencils pouch, so I don't need that right now. I'll save that for later. So yes, we will definitely use some guest checks. Let's put the glue away. In fact, let's put that back over there because I don't need it. Now we're not inking and what have you. So yeah, we're going to use some guest checks. Let's just move that over there and move the guest checks to one side. I have 2 pink sheets of paper. Nothing special, just 2 pink sheets of plain paper. This feels a little bit thicker than normal copy paper, so it's probably, I don't know, it could be. No, it's not normal copy paper thickness, is that? It's a little bit thicker, so it could be 120, what is it, 8 and 16, 120, 160 GSM, not sure. But like I said, it just does feel a little bit thicker. Now I actually have a paper bag here, but it's going to be too big for what I want, and I'm not faffing about cutting it down, so we won't use that. Then I have this, which is, it says analysis book. Give me a second, guys, sorry. Hi guys. Okay, so yeah, typical me fashion. I came back upstairs after putting you guys on pause, and I went through some different things, and then, you know, I actually showed the book, which was this. I was just showing you the analysis book, and then I came back to show you, and then I paused you because third man came home, and then I came back up to show you that this is actually a book full of ledger paper, which is super cool because it's kind of like a very vintage colour, but with the blue and red lines. And then I actually, whoops, Daisy trashed my desk. And then I showed how to just get your scissors under these little bits and snip to get the page out in one piece. Yeah, and then I went through choosing some pages for the signature, and as I was already doing with the ledger paper, well, with that book, I'd already shown you the guest check, I'd already shown you the pink paper, and then I showed you this, I believe. Anyway, yeah, and then, like I said, I got to the ledger book, and then I had to turn the camera off and go downstairs. I didn't have to, but I did, because third man had come home and my brew had gone cold anyway, so I went down to see how his moving furniture had been, and then make a fresh brew. And then I came back up and I got started again, and I showed you that I've chose some squared paper, like graph start, well, it's actually math book paper, some tea-dyed paper. There's a bundle more here. I just chose enough to go in between each page of the signature, each page of the main book. Then I've got some of this paper which has got sparkles in it, and then I showed you these pages from my faith journal design team project for Daisy. These were pages I had left over, and I cut them down wrong, folded them wrong, so I rectified them and just, you know, fold that over. I'm going to glue that down, so that's where we're going to put the rings through. So as you can see, it is like 3/4 of an inch, I believe, reinforced there instead of just going straight through thin printer paper, blah de blah de blah, yada yada yada. The pink paper, some more tea-dyed paper but with pink, which was a DigiKit bleed session. I tea-dyed some papers and then I tea-dyed some DigiKit papers from different places, then just laid normal paper on top and it bled through to give awesome colours. Again, I tried cutting those down this size, folded it over like that to reinforce the bit where I'm going to put the rings, and of course I cut it too short. I actually didn't. I cut it the right size. I did want them a bit shorter, but I was meant to fold there and I didn't. I folded the wrong way. So yeah, so we've got some really dinky pages, some slightly bigger ones. Yeah, waffled on for quite a bit about different things and then realised I wasn't even recording. Yes, so happy days. But yeah, so I'm just folding these pages now. Yeah, and like I said, just realised, oh crud, I wasn't even recording. So you actually didn't miss a right lot. But yeah, what this video is going to turn out like after editing, I do not know. Probably a botched job as usual. This is why I predominantly choose not to speak in videos anymore. Yeah, I'm just roughly folding them so that we get 2 out of each page. Like 2 pages out of each page. No, it doesn't matter how I fold that, not yet. These are just going to be kind of individual pages in between the main journal pages. As again, like I said, this is going to be, well, I say like I said, I'm not sure if it's in the bit that I filmed earlier on or not, but this is yeah, it is. This is predominantly going to be a writing journal. Like I said, the decoration is more in the actual kit pages that I've already shown. The rest of it is just kind of plain tea-dyed and other style pages just for writing on. But yeah, so we have a multitude of tea-dyed pages there. Then we have some of this, like I said, math paper, which is more... and I'm going to... There are 2 of these, so one's cut, that'll make 4. But yeah, so all I was doing was just folding them in half, and then that's not going to go through. Folding them in half, and then I was just popping the folded edge, you know, so instead of folding them in half and then tearing down the side and getting tatty page edges, which I don't usually mind in a journal, but not this sort of a ring bound journal, I don't think will work. Just lining it up there and slicing just the tiniest slither off there, because that then makes it 2 pages with a very nice neat edge. That's all I was doing. And then I realised I wasn't even recording. So happy days. I will now just fast forward you through this bit. So there we go, I'll be back in a moment. Okay guys, so that's all those cut out. Yep. Oh, apart from the square one, but that's all those pages cut out. Put that to one side. I'll do that in a moment. Now I need to work out this ledger paper because obviously I want to get the most out of it that I can. So I'm thinking cut along this top line here so I don't lose any of the top of the red bit, and then go to this line here perhaps, which is one above the bottom. So then when I move it down it would be more central, or I could go two up. No, we'll do that one. So just let me grab a pencil here and let's do this line here, and then I know, and this line here, and then I know, and then we will go to, let's see, let's go to, just thinking how far across we want to go. I think we need to go to this line here, this side of that red line there, so that it is, as you can see, way into the journal. Then I can potentially maybe add some trim or something onto the end, maybe something like that. So we need to cut along that line there, along that bottom line there, and down that line there. And I'm going to need the big trimmer for that, and it's under a load of stuff. Before I do that, let's do this paper as well, might as well. So let's see, I'm going to say we're going to cut that top bit off because it's not a full square. So we're going to go from this line down to this one, so there. So we're going to cut along there, and then we'll cut that bit off. We'll trim that little bit off to there. Okay, and that there. Excuse me. So we're going to cut this top line off here. We're going to cut that line there off. We're going to go down this line here, and then we're going to trim that teeny bit off there, which will split these pages. So that's my way of doing that. Again, yep, that's fine as is. So let's just shuffle some stuff about. I don't need to do anything at all to them because I will tear this one off actually because there's a rip in it there. Let's get rid of that bit there, we don't need that. And then yes, so you can keep that bottom bit on. A lot of people washi tape over that, which is fine, but that's perfect, you know, just as a small page. I may hinge it even. But yeah, like I said, some people keep that bit on, some people take it off. I think, you know, you might even take it off, I don't know. But yeah, so the guest checks are fine. I don't need to do anything to them. Let's move the scoreboard over there. Let's pop that ruler in there because I may need it again at some point. Let's put that over there. Let's put those over there. All this just to get to my big trimmer. Like I said, it's way off over there under a load of other stuff. Oh man, I don't have spread out when I'm working. This is the problem now, it's not here next to me like it used to be right here next to me when I was working, but then I thought, well, you know, it gets piled up, so I'll move it, and then I move it and I pile it up anyway. So I can't win. Right, let us start with this paper. So we're going to go to that line there and trim. there. We're going to get rid of this top line here, like that. We are going to get rid of this line here. Like that. Some good scraps there. Which gives us that. Oh my gosh, that is perfect. See, now things are working. Yeah, that gives us the perfect page, and that there we will trim right down there, which is going to split all these pages nicely, because right now they are a mini signature, like a mini signature. Now if I tear down that, these edges are going to be jagged, which to be honest I actually really don't mind, but you know, we'll do it properly. So we will get rid of that tiny little line there, just like that, which now makes these 4 individual sheets like that, which is just perfect. Okay, loving it. Alright, so we can add those. No, we can actually add those to these. I might redo these because it's really bugging. They're fine actually. These are fine. They're not. They're okay. They're actually the same. These ones are bugging me, so I'm going to redo them. I don't have those pages anymore, but I'm not bothered. I can redo them in something else. I've got a lovely pile of scraps going on over there. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about reinforcing these. Wow, that wasn't straight at all. Let's cut down this one now before doing that. So the ledger paper, what did we say? Right, before I lose my mark, let's cut this off. We said to that line there, didn't we? Ouch. Yep. So let's cut that. That line there is the one at the bottom. This line here is where we wanted that. Beautiful. And then we wanted it to that red line, didn't we? But on this side of it. Like so. Oh, look at that. Perfect. I've gained 2 more pages because they are exactly the same. Oh, wow. With just a tiny little spur. Right. So, let's just down the edge of there to split the pages. Great stuff. And yeah, that's awesome. I can rub that pencil mark out. I'm not bothered about that. Although we need a tiny little bit off this side. So yeah, number 4, let's go to 4 inch. Which still leaves that line, but I can rub it out, that's fine. Oh, that's perfect. So I got 4 out of it, which I wasn't expecting. Fabulous. Oh, of course I did. Because they were, no, yeah. I'm going to say there were 2 there were 2 pages together, but they weren't. There were 1 folded in half. Anyway, never mind. Right, rubber. Let's just get rid of that mark, and I'm not too worried about it anyway, because that's probably where one of the holes is going to be. So awesome. So we've now got those as well, which I know are a bit thinner, but that's fine. So we've got some like tall thin ones to go in, which like I said is fine. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Now, what do I do with these? Let's see, shall I? So, I could just go in half and make some small pages, or I could actually cut it to size 4x6. I believe 4x6 or 4. What did we say? 4 1/4. Four 1/4 and 1/4, which is, what did we say? Is it the 7/8? No, that's 4 3/4. It is 5/8. 4. And 1/8. Wow. No, go that way. Go in that way. I know I'm coming this way, so I'm doing the 3s right. 4 and 3/8. 1/, 1 past 4 1/4 is 4 3/8. Oh, I've no idea, guys. Anyway, I just look at the lines and think, well, I know that one there is right. That one is 4 1/4. That's 4 1/2. 4 and no, it's not. 4 1/4. 4 1/2. 4 3/4. 5. All right. So I just look at the lines. Anyway, ignore me. Ignore me. So we want 4 and no, we don't. We're going this way. We want 6. Oh my god. This is where I get lost. No, we're doing width. So we want 4 1/4. Right. Oh my gosh. 4 1/4 and that 1/4. Width. Perfect. This is length. So we want 6. I can't do it on this one. Oh, well, I can actually. I just need to pull my thing out. Okay, so for this one, we want the same 6 and 1/4 and that 1/4. Please do right. Perfect. This is also where I tripped myself up last time, because I was doing, this is where I cut it wrong. I ended up cutting that way instead of that, folding that way. I wanted to leave extra on here to do the same as I'd done for these pages and fold a bit over to add some strength. So to do that, we're doing 4 1/4 and a bit extra. So we want to be doing 5 1/4 and a bit extra, which is more than that. So if we do 5 1/2, no, if we do my maths is rubbish. So if we do, this is width, right? So let's do length first. 6 and that, because the width, the length will always be the same. It's the width I want to work on now. So if we do, that's that's 5 1/4. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. 5 1/4, that's 5 1/2. 5 3/4. So I can't do it on this one. I'm gonna have to go 5 1/4. Score it at 1 inch, which will give me 4 1/4. Let's do that. Let's try that. Where's my scoreboard? Score it at 1 inch. Where's my thing? There it is. Score it at 1 inch. Fold. Remember, valleys make mountains, so it doesn't matter what side I do it on this one because there's no pattern on it. Fold it at 1 inch and then that's perfect. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do for these pages, just to add extra security there for the rings to go through. I'm going to do that. Oh my gosh. Welcome to my mind, people. It's a scary place to be, which is ultimately the same as this, except instead of now just going through that one layer of 80 GSM tea-dyed printed paper, we're now going through 2 layers of that, which makes it 160 because it's folded in half. So 2 lots of 80 is 160. So we're now going through 160 grams GSM of tea-dyed paper with the rings. And then on top of that, I may even add some, not on top of this, on this side, I may even just put some washi tape or something down there just to fancy it up, which again will add a little bit more security. Yes, I like that. I like that. Okay, so I need to do 6 1/4, didn't I say? No, we stick to the same one that way. So yeah, by 5 1/4. Oh god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I can see this going wrong. Okay, so I will just knock off now, and I will do that with all of these pages, and then I will be back. Okay, so that's done, guys. Now I need to cut them at 5 1/4. This is the, so I've just cut them that way, so that is the height. Now I need to turn them and cut them to 5 1/4 for the width. And this is where I completely got myself lost and mixed up doing these ones, and I ended up with them the wrong size. Cut them in the wrong place. I scored them in the wrong place. So, this is going to be fun. Yeah, so I've done that, so now I need to do it that way. And I need to cut them to 5 1/4. Remembering that that is the width, the height. See, I'm at it already. Okay, so here we go, guys. Because that then makes the width that I'm going to... Actually, that's a little bit more easier to tell. Oh, here we go. I'll fast forward this bit again. So that's them done. Please let it be right. Yes, I got it right this time. Right, so we put the trimmer to one side, and now we get out the scoreboard again, and again hope we get it right. Some really teeny tiny scraps, which I'm sorry guys, I'm going to throw in the bin. I'm sorry. Well, sorry, not sorry, but yeah. Okay, so now I have to remember to keep them that way. I need length that way. We need the width now. We're going to score the width. So I'm going to keep this piece handy because I know that was successful. Obviously, I don't want to turn my paper that way because that's not where the line is. So if I use that there, just to the side there, I will know that to keep it in that direction at all times. And I'm going to now just score each and every one of these at 1 inch. Like so. Whoopsie. That gives me my strength, and that gives me the perfect size page for the journal. Yay! Now I feel like I'm getting somewhere after a completely disastrous morning crafting session, and there is potential to actually glue 2 of these together to create a pocket, which may become an option, but for now I will just keep it as simple as I can. So again, I will fast forward this bit so you don't get bored, and I'm going to do them one by one, hence why I'm going to fast forward. I'm not going to score them all and then fold them all. I'm going to do it one by one, and then I know there are absolutely no disasters, and if there are, it's just one piece wasted and not a whole bunch like last time. So yes, I like that interesting foldy bit there. So okay guys, I'm gonna turn you off and speed you up again. See what I mean, guys? Total and utter lapse of concentration there, and I've turned it and folded it in the wrong place, which I probably would have carried on doing because I was having a complete, well, I don't know, just mind wander. And yeah, so that page is now ruined. You know, instead of putting it on like that, I turned it and folded it, and like I said, if I, you know, I probably would have carried on doing that if I were doing them all score and then fold. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't. Oh, well, yeah. So I will continue the right way, which is just, I'm actually not that keen on that grungy bit there. I didn't want grungy in this journal, so I will score it down that bit, which will get rid of a lot of that. As I said, I'll probably put washi tape or something down there just to give it a bit of interest. Can't believe I did that. So instead of picking up and putting on, I picked it up and turned it. Again, let's get rid of that grungy bit. Honestly, if I had brains, I would be dangerous. Good job it's only paper, innit? Okay, it's tea stain paper, so, you know, I'd have had to have, well, taken another page from the stash or make some more, but at the end of the day, it's just paper. I'm glad it wasn't one of the kit pages, although I can reprint them, but, you know. I actually like that edge there being unfinished, so we'll score this one here. Oh, that's wonky. What am I doing? Again, I'm lacking concentration now, and I've done it again. I turned it. See, I do it even on camera. I am such a nugget, as Dana would say. Why do I do it? Why did I turn that then to fold it? Seriously. Yeah, turn it to score it. What's going on? I'm clock watching as well because, you know, it's just gone 2:45, is it? Yep, 2:45. Taylor will be home soon. Well, I say soon, he'll be home in about an hour. He'll be finishing school soon, but then it takes like an hour for him to get home on the school bus. Okay, so now this is the sparkly one, so I actually want it on the other side because I want the sparkle to be the front page. Be a bit delicate with these pages because they are very flimsy and fragile. That's what I like to see. Ooh, went through the paper a bit there. But we'll see about these. I might have to reinforce them a little bit more than with just washi tape. Oh no, I won't actually, because I'm not going through the crease. I'm actually going through this bit of the paper, so yeah, no, I'll be alright. So it actually doesn't matter if the paper splits, but I'd rather it didn't. Okay, so there we go. And I might not actually go down that with washi tape because it's got sparkle on it. So we'll see. Oh my gosh, I keep bashing the tripod. Okay, so thankfully out of that batch there was only 2 sheets wasted. Which I can't believe I did that. But you know, I could always actually just fold that way and salvage that by making it a pocket, which I think I will do. So how far in do I need to go? An 1.5 inches. An 1.5 inches, so let's go in 2 inch. No, we won't, we'll go in, I forgot I can do that on here, right? 1.5 inches, the one between 1.5 inches and 2 inch. Oh, and I'm going the wrong way actually. I want to go the opposite. Oh, I'm going to lose that bit that I liked. Right, so let's go this way. Fold in that way, glue down them sides, make a tuck. That's the reinforced section. So, 1.5 inches, and in between 1.5 inches and a 1 3/4 inch. Fold in. Okay. Salvaged. Sorry, I threw that down on the mat. I didn't mean to. I'm really sorry. So that's the reinforced bit we're going to put the holes through, and that will be glued down the sides to make a tuck spot. So we did salvage it, and it just becomes 2 smaller pages. I'll make sure the ring, I get that through. Well, yeah, I probably will be able to get it through all 3, because I'm going to come down 1 inch from the top and bottom. Yeah, I'll just about get it with all 3 rings. Cool. If not, I could have just scooted it to the bottom to get the bottom too, but we'll get there. Oh my gosh. Honestly. Right, so let's have a look. Got some interesting scraps going on. And those are the other pages. So let's have a look at actually putting the signature together.